A new report from cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike warns that hackers are stepping up their attacks to access private information.
Well, overnight, the U.S. government confirmed that an unprecedented, widespread hacking campaign is underway and still underway against U.S.
Apple has
federal
issued an
agencies.
urgent software update for many of its products that you may be using. The tech giant says there is a security flaw that could allow hackers to take full control of their devices.
Hacking group Anonymous has declared
story
war
that is
on
literally breaking as we speak. We are learning right now that Uber is suffering a computer system hack.
160 million gamers. That is how many PlayStation and Microsoft Xbox customers are affected by this
security
attack.
breach, possibly putting 143 million Americans at risk. Hackers targeting credit monitoring company Equifax.
My name is Jeffery Gibbs. I am currently the Security Operations Center's supervisor for Delta Systems. I've been with Delta Systems since November 2021. So before I worked for Delta Systems, I worked for Dell EMC. I started with the Server Pro Support team, and eventually I moved on to the EqualLogic team and Compellent team. While there, I worked with customers of varying sizes, ranging all the way from the small mom-pop shops to the large multi-500 million dollar plus contract customers, right? We also did work with local and federal government customers, as well as military, and we mainly focused on break-fix hardware as well as implementing best practices across the board, and then a large portion of that was implementing things like security fixes, ensuring the correct ports on firewalls are opened or closed, things of that sort. So a lot of that information, I was able to take it from Dell, bring it over to Delta Systems, and I've been kind of implementing it in live environments for our customer base here. So I feel like my job plays a pretty direct role in the cybersecurity field, being that I am part of the Security Operations Center. Typical day for me starts by coming in and reviewing alerts that are reported by EDR, or Endpoint Detection and Response, as well as XDR, or Extended Endpoint Detection and Response. Throughout the night, as you can imagine, alerts will come in periodically, so it's part of my job as well as my team's job to go through and vet anything that was reported and automatically taken care of by our security solution. After I'm done with that, I'll typically go through and start doing manual checks and things, checking patches, checking firmwares for our agents, making sure everything is reporting correctly. And finally, after that, I'll actually go through and start reaching out to customers, making sure things are working the way that they're supposed to, and taking care of any odd issues that kind of come up. Day will pretty much go like that. Go to lunch, come on back, and typically by the end, I feel like things typically kind of slow down to where you're more of just answering questions and just trying to do a lot of FaceTime with customers to keep them up to date with what you're doing, as well as what they need to be doing in order to kind of keep things secure and running normally. Anyone that is interested in entering the cybersecurity field really just needs to focus on getting their hands dirty and building practical knowledge first. I know the kind of gun-ho reflex for people when they're getting ready to ramp up for their career, it's go to college, it's get a 4 or 6 year degree so that you can, get going once you've graduated. But in the technical fields like mine, a lot of times certificates and practical experience can carry equivalent weight, or in some cases more weight than an actual degree. That isn't to say a degree couldn't help you, but focusing in on the nuts and bolts of how various applications and hardware devices work within production environments could certainly be very beneficial.